Hey guys, as expected, once again I had some technical difficulties. Um, I'm hoping everything's going good. Somebody let me know in the chat if you can hear me. I had to reset everything. Now for some reason the camera zoomed in a little more. I like it. Okay, I guess. But yeah, if you guys would let me know if you can hear me before I go any further. Anybody? Loud and clear. Good deal. All right, guys. I typically go live on Sundays, but I'm prone to pop up anywhere. But this live I kind of scheduled uh, last minute yesterday. Actually, Kyle Kunal and I were talking, and I agreed to go live tonight to do a little bit of unboxing. Um, to be honest, one of the main item, I guess you could say, I couldn't necessarily unbox because the box was bigger than this table my computer's sitting on. I'm not sure who or who all, but I know y'all have heard me complain in the past about how uncomfortable my my seating arrangement was when I'm live. So apparently, some folks were kind enough to purchase me a new chair. So yeah, it's right here. You see the back of it. Got it put together today. It's super comfortable. Makes all the difference in the world. I appreciate it, man. I don't know who all I'm supposed to thank. Did I say Kunal? I'm sorry, Kyle. It's Kyle Coonley. But yeah, it'll take me a while to get out of that habit. But apparently, I've received three other packages in the mail today. I was informed of two of them. So, Kyle, if you want to let me know which one to open first, let's see. Um, Looks like all three are from Amazon. I don't know. Does it matter which one to open first? That's right. This is a King's Throne, by the way, guys. I don't know who all pitched in to purchase this thing. I don't know what it cost, but yeah, man, this thing is super comfortable. Um, it's apparently a fat man's chair because I could probably fit Kyle in here with me, but much better than what I had. So I really appreciate it. All right, nobody's saying what to open first, so I hope there's not a specific order to this. Um, and one of these may not even be related because it's. I was informed of two, so. I don't know if I should show this on air. Yeah, so I got this really nice notebook. As you can see, it's just a notebook, so I can jot things down and not be so stupidly forgetful. I'm gonna guess this was from Kyle Coonley because of what's on the cover of this. Apparently, you can order yourself or gift a notebook and a custom have it custom printed on the front. And this is what mine says. So that's awesome, guys. That's very thoughtful. I'm very much appreciative. That's really cool. And as I'm getting old, I do indeed need a notebook so I can start jotting things down and maybe not forgetting everything all the time. Kyle, you are in here, aren't you, buddy? I mean, you said say your name right, but you never answered me about what package to open this stuff in. Can somebody hit me in the chat? Do you guys want me to know who? Yeah, you're right. That's family love right there. Let me know who's responsible for all this. I think if I heard correctly, the chair was a combined effort. People who were in on it: 1, Javon; 2, Panda; 3, Stevie; 4, Maddie; 5, Ian; 6, Patina; 7, Lacey; and 8, Kyle Coonley. 8, dude. To get 8 gifts from, or to get 8 gifts from one person is pretty incredible. But to know that 8 people went in together and thought about you and did something for you, man, that's incredible. You guys are the absolute very best. I appreciate y'all more than you'll ever know. Um, yeah, this is going to be a deal breaker. I no longer have to do my live streams in pain because it was literally it was miserable, to be honest with you. So let's see. We got this nice plastic bag here, just to prove my knife was sharp, even though I tore that other package all to shit. Oh, it's a good color so far, but I'm man enough, so I'm not scared at all. um, I may need to do some explaining on this, but I went and visited Grateful Panic last weekend, and my truck was in the shop, so I drove my daughter's Mustang up to see him. And when I got in the car, I asked myself, should I take this pink Hello Kitty steering wheel cover off? And I said, self, you're man enough to rock a pink Hello Kitty steering wheel cover. So now apparently I'm man enough to rock a pink Hello Kitty t-shirt. Are you guys getting that? That's the only bad thing about this thing being zoomed in more. And it's really cool. Oh, that doesn't say Hello Kitty. That says Hello Kitty. So that's even cooler. How awesome is that, guys? That is total badass. And yes, I will most certainly wear this. You can bet everything you own that I will be seen in public in my baby doll pink Hello Kitty t-shirt. Yeah, got him. For those of you who didn't see, go to Grateful Panic's Instagram. If I know this is going to happen, I'd have it pulled up in the background so I can show you. He has a picture of me that he leaned all the way up in between the dash and the windshield to get the correct angle to get a picture of me driving so that you can see that steering wheel cover. So that's awesome. Guys, I don't know if this is from one of y'all or is part of it. Like I said, I was told there were a couple of packages coming. So I don't know. I'm going to open it anyway. I am going to see what it is before I decide to show it, just in case it belongs to somebody else in the household. But no, this is for me for sure. I wish I had gotten this. Wish I had gotten this before the chair, because with the other chair, this would have been a heck of a compliment to go with it. So this is the third package. That's right, Preparation H. Oh, and the best thing is, Grateful Panic, you will be tickled to death whenever you get to see this. This is not cream. This is hemorrhoidal suppositories. After our last conversation, our last little talk, we all know what a fan of suppositories Grateful Panic is. So yeah, they're suppositories. Yeah, let's just take a peek at these things. I wonder how big they make the suppository. Because if you've got hemorrhoids, you already have a very, very sensitive butt door. That's not too bad. Yeah, you see, you break these down, probably go in fairly easy. Let's compare this to that doctor's finger. Yeah, that'd be no trouble at all. You guys are the best, man. Y'all really are. Y'all know how to make a guy's day. That's for sure. These are awesome gifts. Your tush is a mess, Tri-State. You had me nervous, man. I thought that your podcast was live, and I was like, great, we got Tri-State, Richie B from Knife Modders, and freaking uh, Brian from Transparent Knives going live, and I scheduled this little live unboxing, and nobody will be there with those three guys live. So not only am I glad that it wasn't live, I'm glad that it ended before this started. But that was a good time, by the way, Tri-State. I really enjoyed that. I did promise Lacey as well that I would use and discuss her stropping compound, or I'm sorry, her diamond spray for stropping. Now, guys, I want to be completely open and honest about this because um, I had no luck getting this off. I really didn't want to put the diamond on here with this, and I knew it would affect the way it worked. And upon her approval, I just want to say that this side is coated in the Gunny Juice 1 micron. The reason I ordered the diamond spray from Lacey was because I'm not really a fan of 1 micron now that I have it and I know I don't care about polished edges. I like a little bite by edge. So I decided I wanted to go with something a little higher micron. Lacey and I talked about it. She recommended I try the nine micron spray, and I explained to her why I hadn't used it yet, and she said that it would be no issue at all putting a higher micron on top of a low micron. So I did that, and I've already stropped a couple of my knives in it. I stropped my S110V Mannix lightweight in it, and this is my 20 CV Mannix. I'm doing now, which it has been a good long time since I've sharpened this knife, and I did use it to break down more cardboard than I've ever broke down in my life recently because I didn't wake up in time to get the garbage to the side of the road, and yeah, it didn't get picked up, so I had to burn all the paper and cardboard. And I just did that to show you guys that I was actually using it. And like I said, I've already stropped my S110 in it, and it's a world of difference, guys. Going from that 1 micron to the 9, you can see where I've used it. There's still some tape residue and stuff on there, but going from that 1 micron to a 9, it's just I think it would be fictitious to say that it's sharper, but it's most definitely a bitier edge. Like as soon as you make contact with this edge with the 9 micron strop, I'm gonna pull a page out of my notebook here, just because I don't have any paper handy. But yeah, it's just got a lot more bite. It's a lot better. I won't say it's a better edge. It's a way more preferable edge for me anyway. Like I said, I appreciate a polished edge, but I do like a lot more bite in my edge, and this definitely provides that, no doubt about it. So yeah, there is a difference between the Gunny Juice. It's more first of all, it doesn't come in a spray. It's actually a lot thinner than I thought it would be, and maybe that's just because it's the 1 micron. But it does spread well and it does dry very fast. But and I'd heard things about diamond spray taking a long time to dry, and Lacey told me to give that about an hour. But I sprayed it and just out of curiosity just watched it. I don't know what the base is, but it evaporates very quickly. I didn't go ahead and use it immediately because Lacey told me to give it an hour to dry. So I did, but it appeared to me that could have been used in as little as 5 minutes. It dried just as fast as the Gunny Juice, in my opinion. I might even venture to say a little bit faster. I'm going to do another video on her spray though, because I actually ordered a brand new strop, a little higher quality strop. So I want to try it without the 1 micron base, and that way I have a true feeling for how good it is by itself. Um, with the 1 micron, it just didn't feel like I was accomplishing much, and I think that may be kind of the same as when you try to start sharpening your knife with, say, a 600 grit Veneve stone. It'll do it, but it just takes a lot more passes, a lot more time. Um, and I kind of feel like that's where I was at. Since I didn't want the polished edge, I feel like the I feel like the 1 micron was just taking too long, or was it doing anything, because I wasn't taking enough time to make it happen. Had I took enough time, I may have ended up with a polished edge that I don't want anyway. So keep that in mind, guys. If you've got a knife that you're not just using for Instagram pics, if you just want something really sharp that's going to work, you know, it's going to cut well. It's going to cut aggressive. Um, just in the past 2 days, I've learned very well that that a higher micron diamond spray or diamond paste, whichever you choose to go with, is your better bet. I explained to Lacey too. I'm hoping before long, once Lacey gets her channel started, she's going to come on and do a guest spot with me, so we can talk a little bit more about it. And yeah, that's that bottle's the same. I paid $42 for that gunny juice, or whichever it's called. Um, and I give Lacey sells hers, which was the same size bottle, for 19. I just sent her $20 because she's got to ship it and all that stuff, so she can't be making much money off of it. And but like I said, guys, I'm not comparing if one's better than the other. I feel like they have different uses. So that's why I want to keep my strop with the 1 micron on it, in case I have a couple of knives I have a slightly polished edge on. But it wasn't until just a few months ago, guys, that I was really confused about what a polished edge was. I thought if it was reflective and I could read in it, that's a polished edge. Upon mine and Mr. Kyle Coonley's friendship advancing and us talking more about that type thing, now I realize that an actual mirror edge is just that. There is no scratch pattern. I can't imagine how or why anybody would want that. I get it if you do, but I just like a toothier edge. Like I said, I've got a couple of knives I wouldn't mind having a polished edge on and showing off, but I'll just be honest, I'm probably not going to use those. I'm going to use something with a much toothier edge. And from what I've learned on the 3 knives, that 2 that had a freshly sharpened edge, I used Lacey spray on, and they're scary, scary freaking sharp and extremely aggressive. And I like that. And like I said, this knife, guys, I haven't put on the stone in a long, long time. Of course, it's Spyderco's 20 CV, so it holds an edge, an incredibly long time. You're probably talking about upwards of the 500-600 foot linear feet of cardboard cut, and the same spot on this thing before it goes dull. So compare that to the other 95% of the M390 20 CV out there, and it just blows it all away. But anyway, not here to hype about Spyderco tonight. Guys, I'm not going to stay on very long tonight, because I think Grumpy Grunt may still be live, and I know that Kevin's going live shortly. I didn't want to step on anybody's toes. I just I wanted to come on and do this live because there's no that deserved to be live. So yeah, Michael Morgan, if you're jumping back and forth, tell Grumpy this isn't. I'm not planning on doing this very often. This was kind of a special occasion. So for those of you who weren't in here to see me unpackage all this stuff, my first package was this brand new executive's office chair that 8 people from the community pitched in and purchased for me. And it's hard to believe, man. That's incredible. Um, Yeah, exactly, Lacey. You were 100% right. That's exactly the way I like it. I don't know if I'm gonna like this camera setup. It doesn't leave much room on the screen, or at least from what I'm seeing, it looks very crowded. But yeah. So anyway, for those of you who weren't here to see it, got this brand new executive's office chair. This is like a big boss chair, man. This thing is super comfortable, super plush. It's exactly what I needed. Um, I got my little handy dandy notebook, so I can start keeping track of all my business in. Quit forgetting shit all the time, like I'm very prone to do. And I got I saw that patina, and I will in just a moment. I got my my box of Preparation H to help repair all the damage that old chair did. And of course, Kyle, make sure you got the suppositories instead of the cream. Let me grab the shirt and I'll stand up. I don't know how much of the chair you can be able to see. I'll try to move the camera. Yeah, it's just all black. But man, this thing is very nice. This is exactly what I needed. Worked out great. And last but not least, I got a baby doll pink Hello Kitty t-shirt for all you guys that didn't get to see it. How awesome is that? I didn't even know that was a thing. That's really cool. Yeah. Did you guys get to see the chair some? It looked all black on the screen to me. I couldn't really tell. Hey, what? Oh, Lacey, you fixing to start making strops as well? What's that? Lacey's going to be in a one-stop shop for sharpening or purchasing your sharpening equipment. That'd be really cool. I actually went on to buy one of Outdoors 55's uh, strops, but I don't know. I don't know if there's something wrong with his website, or maybe I should have done it from the computer instead of my phone. I don't know. I wasn't able to purchase one of his strops, so I just bought a Beavercraft to to put Lacey's spray on. No, Kyle, that I didn't think of Lacey's spray. That's not what urged me to buy a Beavercraft strop. But oh, that was your idea, Tina? See, I just assumed that that Grateful Panic was behind that because of the Hello Kitty steering wheel cover. That's awesome. I may start making horse leather straps to sell. It will be in small batches. Just don't have time. I got you. I got you. Yeah, Ed Harrison, you're 100% right, man. This chair is a huge upgrade. My last job, I had an office and a desk, and that chair don't even come close to what this thing is. I'm going to scroll back up, guys. I know I missed a lot of great chat. I'm still trying to get used to it. Careful, Potato. He doesn't. Actually, Brasher Beard, this is one of the few nights that I actually have pants on. So, like I said, I hadn't settled in and got comfy on a Sunday. Grumpy is all done. Good deal. Yeah. Not good that he ended, but I didn't want to think that I was stepping on his toes. But so I know you guys have had time to watch a lot of the videos as I have. Um, I just want to get you guys see if I could get you guys' opinions on some of this stuff. I know it'd look a lot more professional, if I was sharing the screen and all that. But I think we've all got a pretty good feel for what everybody thinks of the Benchmade Narrows. As I want to give you my opinion on the Narrows. I feel like if Benchmade wanted to make a super premium knife, even if they were trying to compete with the custom market, even though I don't know that that's possible, um, quality wise, I guess it's possible, but price wise, I just don't know if that's a great idea for a production company to be trying to compete with uh, your custom makers. But I'll say this: when I first saw the video and I heard that the price of the Narrows was MSRP was 580. Um, I was incorrect. I did state on Tri-State Live that she said 650. I apologize. I didn't mean to misquote that. But even at 580, I thought that was too much. I knew that was MSRP, so I knew it would come down. Guys, I'll say this: for that knife with that, the new torsion locks, the torsion axis lock, and M390 steel, and the fact that it's super thin, um, so there is kind of some innovation going on there, I guess. Um, I may have been willing to go as high, and this is just if I had to expend the extra cash. I may have been willing to go as high as 350, maybe $400. And the only reason I say $400, guys, is because a full size Crooked River's right at 300 now. So I guess I could understand the Narrows being at four, maybe even 420. I wouldn't be comfortable paying that for it, but I wouldn't be mad at them at that price. But even at 522, I think it's entirely too much money. Now, on the specs, it's saying that M390 is going to be treated to 58 to 61 HRC. I will say this: with an M390 blade, if I got one at 58 HRC, I wouldn't feel like it was worth $122. Um, Maybe worth 80 just because it's a titanium. Okay, let's say 100, just because Asher put out titanium a titanium axis lock knife that was right at $100. I think it was M390. I wouldn't dare try to shame Asher by saying it was only at 58. I don't know what it was. It may be, but yeah, I think they screwed up the price on that, and I think the price became irrelevant at that low HRC for M390. I know I don't need to get on my soapbox and preach all that to everybody that's currently in here, because we all know how I feel, and I think the majority of us in here agree that if you're going to sell me a premium steel and it does not have premium performance, in my opinion, that's dishonesty. Um, it's an outright lie to me. Now, you don't have to feel that way, but I know you guys feel that if you're paying, especially if you're paying that far up for a knife with a premium steel, that you're being taken advantage of. So that's my opinion on the Narrows. Um, let's see. As far as the Microtech MSI goes, I'm super excited about that knife. I've heard the same thing on the heat treat for it, 58 to 61. I don't know how true it is. I can only find that information on Knife Center under their specs. I don't trust their specs. Um, that may not be accurate, so I don't want to turn anybody off from either one of those knives until we find out absolute that that's the truth, that there's proof of it. And there may be, and I haven't seen it yet. So if you guys know more than I do, please let me know. Um, you're absolutely right, Lacey. 59, 62 plus, no exceptions. There's no reason for it. I know you guys don't want to believe me, but talk to Brian at Transparent Knives. Talk to Chef Kalari / Super Still Steve. Talk to Sean at Big Brown Bear. The cost differential between hitting it at 58 and 62 is merely lunch money. I mean, it may be, if you figure in the cost of your power bill, if you figure in the wear and tear on these industrial heat treat machines, if you figure in on the wear and tear on your tooling, it's not more than $6 or $7. So if you want to charge me an extra $20 and give me the option for an higher HRC, so be it. But like I said, I'm really hoping that Microtech is not as low as is being reported. I commented on Microtech's Instagram about it, and I wasn't hateful. I just let them know, that I really hope. I don't know what M390 MK is. I don't know what the difference is, but I think what I stated was that I at least hope that they heat treat it properly, unlike most production M390. And all their hosts were still Steve right there. And their response was Microtech worked hand in hand with Bowler to tweak the recipe for the M390 to get better edge retention, toughness, and polish. Um, I don't know what that means. I feel like if it was going to be heat treated at 61, 62, or I mean, we know it's not going to be higher, but I feel like if they were proud of the number, or that if they knew that number was going to please a steel nerd, they would have stated it, and they didn't. I know they read the comment because they hearted it. So I don't know. I hope they don't. I hope they don't disappoint us on that, because that's an awesome opportunity for an American production company to release a premium knife and a premium steel, at a starting price of $250. Once again, proving it can be done. There is no excuse for a $450 knife coming out of China. I don't care how much titanium it's got. I don't care how pretty it is. I don't care what the blade steel is, even though it's not heat treated correctly. It's not acceptable. And I promise you guys, even you guys who do enjoy buying those type knives, if you stop buying the shit and bombard them with messages of why, even if it has nothing to do with your patriotism, if you just let them know, I'm no longer buying your expensive knives with premium steel and a non-premium heat treat, they will fix it, or they'll come down. Promise you. China ain't going to lose a dollar. They are not going to lose your business. So if you just stop giving them your money, that's what I'd rather you do. But if you at least stop giving you your money until they quit doing what they're doing, it would all be fixed, and quickly. We've seen how, we could spend an hour here talking about we want a knife with a purple blade and a brown handle, and I fucking guarantee you Sativian next week's going to drop that knife, because they pay attention to what you guys want, because they want your money. So anyway, sorry, Mimo. I said I wasn't going to go on my soapbox, and there I went again. But yeah, so I'm going to try to keep my excitement up about the Microtech MSI. One that I'm super excited about is, and you guys may not be, because I know everybody here is into fixed blades, and I'm not really a big fixed blade guy either. However, I wanted to kind of delve into the fixed blade world a little more, and I bought this. And once again, guys, I am not bad mouthing this knife. This Bradford Guardian 3, this Rex 45 feels great on the diamonds. It's a great little knife. It just it was made for somebody other than me. It just don't. I don't know. It just don't fit me. But so I am very excited about that new Spyderco Enough 2, because apparently they figured out that the Enough 1 was not enough. I am very excited about the Enough 2 in K390. It's a FRN scale, but it's a K390 out of Seki City, Japan, which for some reason Seki City does their K390 better than Golden does. So yeah, it's a 4-inch blade, K390, full flat grind. It looks like it's super thin. I'm gonna get it, love on it for a few days, and ship it off to ProX and get some micarta put on that bitch. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. That knife I know I'm going to buy. The MSI is still questionable. There's a, I know I kind of teased you guys about this before Christmas about the American Blade Works Model 2. Michael actually already told you guys about the heat treat issue and how he's using Peters now, and what a great idea that was, because it freed up so many more hours during the month for him to be making knives instead of sitting in front of a heat treat oven. So that should lead to more accessibility to his knives for us. So he actually purchased, I can't remember, it was either 2 or 3 more CNC machines. And the machine that he had allocated to make the Model 2 on, it was a broke bolt, or I can't remember exactly, but yeah, you got the thing, sure, absolutely. Anyway, he had to repair that machine, and apparently it took a little longer than what he thought. It was, I think his words were it had been a nightmare. Um, yeah, that's why I don't have a Model 2 yet, because they haven't hit the market yet, because he's had those speed bumps in producing that thing. Um, yeah, got to ride. You're 100% right there. I don't know if it's somebody that works for them or if they just pay somebody on the side to hang out and chat. But you know what? As much as I like bashing those guys, I'll say this: hats off to them, man. You know, we all we all bitch all the time about we wish people would listen to us, and they do. Unfortunately, you know the the U.S. manufacturers either don't or they listen way too late. It's like I posted some the other day about thanks you know thanking Kershaw for bringing us D2 3 years too late. Um, and I'm sure it'll take them another 3 years to find out that we actually love their 14C. And so maybe they'll bring it back when that happens. I don't know, but yeah, that's really the three knives I'm the most excited about so far for this year. Um, um, leaving the chat, guys. Leave me a comment about what you think about this, though. Probably one of the most iconic budget EDC um, slash work. Let me turn it around. Work slash EDC knives, because it's still a great work knife. The Ontario Rat One. Nearly every one of us have owned one or experienced one at this point. It's a great EDC knife. It's a great work knife. I like that knife a lot because it is one of your better options for getting a good knife on a very tight budget without having to contribute to the CCP. Um, but they have just released the Rat One and S35VN and G10 scales. So there's two upgrades there. The design is exactly the same. The build's exactly the same. But instead of FRN, you're now getting G10 scales. And instead of Alsate or D2, you're now getting S35VN. Now, I don't know how good the S35VN is. I know the knife is still made in Taiwan. But I will say this. The MSRP on it, he said, was going to be $135 to $136. That's a stretch. I don't know what that's going to compute to, by the time it hits Knife Center or Blade HQ or Amazon. But even at $100, I still feel like it's a bit much. I had about an hour-long conversation today with Jared Neve, and we both settled on. He actually settled a little cheaper than I did, and trust me, he's got more knife budget than I do. I said just for nostalgia's sake, and just because it's an American company, and they, maybe they're years too late, but they're trying to upgrade a product. I felt like I would be willing to pay as high as $80 for it. I don't. No, I said 85. Yeah, I said I'd be willing to pay as much as $85 for it. I feel like that's the cap at being fair for that thing. I think Jared said 70. And he looked into it. Just looked up buying an 18-inch stick of AUS-8 versus an 18-inch stick of S35. The price difference in the two sticks was about $10. You can make about 4 of those blades out of that. So, $2.50 difference in the price of what the steel cost. The tooling is all still there. It's all the same. I just don't feel like a $90 price hike for a jump from AUS-8 to S35VN is worth it. That makes me sad. I hope it comes down to a point where it's affordable. But add $39.50 for Blade HQ. Yeah. Well, I mean, the highest Blade HQ would be MSRP, and that's still going to be $135, $136. That's too much, I think. But yeah, that's depressing. It'd be nice if they put it at an affordable price point. Because at the same time, they've also just dropped what may be the cheapest pocket knife money can buy. I I apologize. I forget the name of it. You can go on Knife Center's SHOT Show coverage for Ontario Knife Company and see it. I think it's $14. It's a little plastic handled lock back. I'm pretty sure it's a lock back in 420 or something like that. So they're still trying to they're still trying to deliver on the budget end of things, but I feel like the price tag on that S35VN misses by a little bit. So, what do you guys think? I mean, do you guys think a Rat One at with S35VN is worth $130? Let me hit this one right quick before I see any answers there. Brand new American, I'm going to assume. Let's see. What if China starts heat treating better than Spyderco for? Are you saying $50 less than a Spyderco, or $50? I can give you my unequivocal answer to that, and it would be I wouldn't care. I'd still pay $50 more for a Spyderco. I have, personal reasons for that. Most of you guys have heard them over and over and over. I'll give you the quick of it. I didn't raise my hand and agree to die for my country, only to support a country that wants to see our demise. Can't do it right now. I want that new MBK and 67 HRC ZDP 189 pretty bad. So there's a Chinese made knife that has a superior heat treat. I still don't know. I don't know that I can own it. I don't know that I can look myself in the mirror after buying it. I don't know that I can look my buddy Super Still Steve in the eye after buying it. So no, I don't know that I'd care. I guess I'll say this. I would still like to see it just for you guys who don't care, or you guys who can only afford a Chinese budget knife. Absolutely, I'd love to see you guys get a better product. You're right. Gonna Dry Spyderco does have a Chinese factory. Their $50 to $60 stuff is coming out of China. Um, you know, it's Sanrenmu, which is the same plant that makes nearly every knife you guys with a budget knife collection own. They make damn near every one of them. Yeah, John Polly, I agree. I don't think it's worth $135, man. Now, what do you think about the fact that they make the Rat 7? That's a 7-inch, 3/16 thick, 1095 with uh, survival / bushcraft knife with micarta handles for like $70. I don't know. It don't add up to me. Got it right. You're probably right there. I've chose not to discuss that, but if you want to go down that rabbit hole and look at how the fact that China is going to collapse within the next 10 years, it's not a conspiracy theory. That's their dictator made some really poor decisions. With the one child policy, their age tree is now upside down. They have more people at 60, 50, 40. The country's not going to be able to support itself. There's not going to be enough workforce to work to make enough money to support its elderly. So you're right. I'm sure it'll get better. And the only way it's going to get better, they're going to have to sell out to somebody. And maybe that will be us, since we we seem to let them get away with so much. So my Spyderco says Seki City, so I can talk smack on Chinese Spydercos. Yeah, and they do a great job at the Seki City plant. They I want my K390 from Seki City until Golden, Colorado figures it out, because somebody in Seki City is doing it better. So absolutely. Let's see, what does this say right here? I use it for elk skinning, and it goes dull in about 10 to 20 swipes. Right side. Yeah, my Rat 7 don't hold an edge incredibly well either. I've got a sharpening system attached to the sheath. I'm fully prepared that if I'm ever in a situation where I need to use it, I want to sharpen it quite often, but I don't look as much to that in that kind of knife. If you go watch the Joe X videos, where he's testing some of your rats, Joe X torture tests everything. He tests it till it breaks. Even if he has to shoot it with an AK-47 at some point. But the rats way outperform the Tops. Tops is, I won't talk trash on Tops. They're an American knife company, but they broke every time. He broke the Tops way easier than he broke an OKC. So I didn't say this. Steve did. You guys remember that? I'm trying to clear up my reputation as being an asshole. So I'm gonna let Steve say it. And once again, guys, don't take that as Steve doesn't hate the Chinese. I promise you that. He would love to see those people not be oppressed. He would love to see them freed. We had a conversation the other day where we were talking about not just people in the knife community, but people in society as a whole they can't wrap their head around what it means to live in a communist country or what it means to do business in a communist country. First of all, there is no capitalism. There is no competition. If you make knives in China, you're sharing materials, labor, facilities with everybody else that's making knives. Your Chinese knife companies are all marketing companies. I don't understand why people can accept that about Bestech, but they can't accept it about anybody else. I researched all this very deeply before I said anything, and I'm not talking about a YouTube rabbit hole search. I actually have a friend, believe it or not, right here local in Gadsden, Alabama, whose family moved here from Shenzhen, China. He still has cousins that work in the knife production, and not a one of them knows what fucking Kaiser or We or any of those companies are. It's just a knife plant. Yes, there are varying levels of quality coming out of there that you're paying for, but yeah, I didn't say that without knowing. But yeah, anyway. So what else we got? Kyle, you would. And you know what, Conrad? There's a large portion of the population out there that's what they want. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. If you want a steel that's super easy to sharpen, it's going to dull in a given amount of time, but you can sharpen it right back up in a few minutes. That's probably a lot smarter than what I'm into, because I want a steel that's only going to stay sharp at the most. I'm going to say at the very most 4 times as long as VGT. That would be rare, but let's say it'll stay sharp 4 times longer than VG10. It's going to take me twice as long to sharpen it, and I have to have a couple $100 worth of equipment to do a proper sharpening on. If you're the average dude that just cuts something every now and then, there's nothing at all wrong with that. G-Ball, I am waiting on 2 packages now. I've got some of it, a good bit of it here. Looking like it's going to be a lot bigger giveaway than I thought. More people kicked in than I thought they would. So I've got a pretty epic giveaway coming up. That is something I wanted to talk to you about. I was going to talk to you about it in private, but my original plan was to have G-Ball post the giveaway video, and that's where you would go leave your comment, and then I would, when I get ready to do the giveaway live, I would go to G-Ball's video and do the comment picker from there. That was before he had 1,000 subs. Now that he has 1,000 subs, I'm not changing my mind about that, but I may actually do 2 giveaways, because there's another channel that I'd like to see hit 1,000 subs. So keep an eye out for that. In case you're wondering, that channel is Petite EDC. We got introduced to Petite EDC about a year ago. She was a guest on somebody's channel. I can't remember exactly who. She seemed like a nice girl. She's fairly new to this. She's trying to introduce more women into EDC and pocket knives. Her channel's growing kind of slow. I think she's around 600 subs. So I'll actually have two different giveaways with two different channels you can go to enter those giveaways. So if you guys haven't, Kyle, if you can, can you find Petite EDC and put her link up? Like I said, the video's not there yet because I didn't want to do a giveaway video until I knew everything that I had to give away. But yeah, if you can throw Petite EDC's link up, you guys go ahead and get her subbed and ring that bell so that when when it's time to do my giveaway, hopefully within the next week to 10 days, you'll know where to go find her. Um, yeah, Kyle Patina, either one. Yeah, I forgot. There it is, right there, guys. Mr. Kyle Coonley's got it posted up for you. Go sub to Petite. Let her know I sent you. Like I said, that's how my giveaway is going to work. I'm going to have two giveaways. One you'll go to G Ball, the other one you'll go to Petite, and just leave the word Edgy American. Um, just like my channel name spelled. All caps, space between Edgy and American. Um, leave that comment and you'll know it because I'll let them know they're gonna name the video. The video they're gonna tag it as a giveaway video, so you'll know to go in there and leave your comment to enter. Yeah. I don't know the young lady that runs that channel very well. I have watched some of her content. She does seem dedicated to build her channel and make it work. So, I don't know if she has any support from other knife YouTube communities. And I wasn't even aware that there were other knife YouTube communities. I thought ours was it. We were the only one. But right now on my television, I've got the Knife Nerd podcast playing. That's a whole other entity on its own. There are guys, I can go into their live stream chat and I rarely ever see anybody I know in there. And I'm sure if they came to ours, it'd be the same way. I tried to get Levon to participate in Knives Live. He told me at Blade Show that he wanted to, and I've never been able to get him to answer an Instagram message. And that's not a bust on Levon, guys. I can understand what that's like. You get so many messages. You only got so much time during the day, so you're reading the people that you recognize. So, check it. My pocket's been pretty heavy, man. That thing. People, when I tell people it's 15 ounces, if you go back and watch the Grateful Pants video, it was 12. But what you're forgetting is it didn't have that solid chunk of copper lanyard bead. And not only that, the lanyard itself has copper wire braided throughout it. So, yeah, the knife, scales, lanyard, bead, everything is actually just shy. It's over 14 ounces, but it's just shy of 15 ounces. But, yeah. I don't mind at all. It don't bother me to carry that extra weight. Yeah, and I think about that when we bitch about the weight of a knife. Now, I can understand somebody complaining about going from a bug out to my 15-ounce Manix XL. But, when you hear guys complaining over an ounce or two, that's just too heavy to carry around all day. How much do you think your body weight fluctuates during a day? I mean, you can take a piss and lose a bug out. You can take a shit and lose this this Manix XL as far as weight goes. I don't know. I don't get it, but yeah, that thing is damn heavy. Kevin's gonna think I'm hating on him trying to step on his live, which is actually 100% not true. Kevin's one of the best people I know about that. He doesn't get his feelings hurt at all. If you want to go live while he's live, hey man, you just go for it. He'll tell you he does this for fun. He don't care. Unlike some other people who this past Monday, I believe it was, I'll let y'all guess, started their live off bitching about everybody else being live. When I picked Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, well, first of all, fucker, you picked 3 days. But when I picked Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, it was because nobody else was going live. Now everybody's going live, but fuck it. I guess we'll just do it. That's the kind of shit that turns people off. Why anybody would act like that is beyond me. I'm not going to say who it was. If you were there, if you know me well enough, you may know anyway. I've never wanted to step on anybody's toes at what time I go. That's why I chose Sunday nights at 9. That's I feel like it's a pretty good hot man, somebody to get me pumped up and wanting to chat. Think there's anybody better than that, or better at that than Justin and Molly. So those two are pretty awesome. No, it wasn't Pocket Metal, Tina Turner. You know damn well it wasn't Pocket Metal. Don't give a fuck if any of y'all show up at his live. He's gonna turn that mic on and scream into it and talk shit all night. He don't care who's there. G-Ball, I step on all the toes. But I mean, G-Ball between lives and videos, I mean, you're literally on YouTube all damn day. I don't even know what you do for a full-time job anymore. But it seems like every time I turn my TV on. But hey, hats off to you, buddy, because I've told people for a long time I could have hit 1,000 a long time ago. 100% my fault. I don't make enough content, and I know that. And when people start questioning how the hell did G-Ball get there in 90 days, it's pure fucking work. That's how he did it. The guy just started making content and never stopped. I hope that don't lead to you getting burnt out or something. But man, I'm proud for you. I sent a picture of uh, your YouTube page when it hit 1K subscribers to Jared Neve and told him you did that in 90 days, and he liked the shit. He's like, that is fucking incredible. It took him well over a year to do that. So yeah, man, hats off to you. It's a matter of time. You keep posting them up there, man. You're gonna have that one hit, and off you go. So yeah, proud of you, brother. Sure am. I'm flooding the fucking market. Yeah, you are. Nothing wrong with that though. Yeah. What's this say? Yeah. Or piss them on about, this is what I do for a living. You guys need to give me more money, and I don't ring this bell for. I don't know, man. It's all just, man. It's cringy as hell. I don't know. I don't get it. You know, maybe he'll figure that out and fix it. I don't know, because I was a fan for a long time. But I'll tell you guys this, and if y'all ever catch me, man, call me out because I rarely ever. Um, well, you can ask Kyle today. I forgot what day it was, but I rarely ever forget something that somebody says. Um, I can remember shit that Jared Neve said 3 years ago in the video. I can remember stuff that anybody, lots of people did. And if I watch you long enough, um, and you lie to me enough times, if I catch you lying, even if they're not harmful lies, even if they're just to make me look better lies, eventually I'm going to be done with you. So, for any of you guys think about starting a channel, um, the number one thing I can tell you, and I'm not an expert by any means, but do be yourself, be authentic, and don't lie to these people because some of us won't put up with it, and we will catch you. It's all right there on the internet. All you got to do is go back. You know, hey, didn't he say this 3 months ago? Yeah, yeah. That's a horrible idea. As you guys can tell, this is a little more awkward. Not having my boy Grateful Panic sitting over here next to me, and I don't know why everybody has a problem with that. My screen is always correct. You know, Panic's always on this side of me. I don't know. I see Kevin and or Stevie and Mattisfaction arguing about that all the time. You're 100% right, Tina. It is. That means the world to me, man. You know, if you don't have if you don't have character, if you don't have some honor, um, I'm not gonna have much. I'm not gonna have much for you. Once I figure that out. So, you know, I don't have a lot of things. I may not be entertaining. I don't have the budget to constantly buy brand new knives to put forward for you guys to see. But I'm not gonna bullshit you. Well, I might bullshit you, but I'm not gonna flat out lie to you. you know, let's see. Yeah. You're right there, G-Ball. And like I said, man, and whether it be me or somebody else, if you didn't, we'll catch on sooner or later. You know, um, you know, or if you decide, if you decide that you don't want to even concern yourself with honest, authentic content, and all you want to be is as an infomercial and shill for any company that'll give you something or pay you, well, that's fine too. I don't. I'm not gonna say I don't look down on it because I do, but I don't hate people that do that. But it's just not what I'm here for, so I don't participate. But yeah. Well, we congratulate Patina for. What Patina do? Sister must say congratulations, Patina. Patina, did you have something awesome happen, man? I missed something in the chat. I must have. I don't see it. Patina, did you win a Roosevelt Lotto spot? Is that what happened? I know they had one today. Is that what they're congratulating you for? Get you some of that sweet 64 HRC Magna Cut. From what I've heard, one of the finest machined pocket knives in the world. Is that what we're dealing with here? I don't see it. How about all these people that constantly enter those lottos and never win? And our boy Marco Polo has won two of them already. I think that's hilarious that Marco used to be in the chat every night, drunk as a bicycle, talking about the Kaiser, the non-flipper sheepdog, and Black Micarta, greatest pocket knife ever made. You know, and then he won an Oz Roosevelt. You don't ever hear about that thing. Oh, did you really, Sam? Well, congratulations, bud. That's awesome, man. I don't enter them because I couldn't pay for one if I wanted. Not right now. I'm hoping that changes in the near future. But I'm not crack. I mean, that's a damn fine pocket knife. But for what one costs, I think I want a Steingraber first. I'm just a little more of a fan of the. They're actually fairly close, but I'm just more of a fan of that Steingraber folder. But yeah, I just really like that. I really like that leaf shape drop point style blade with a little belly. Chuck it, I know how that feels, man. That dude. I'm glad Brian's not any bigger than he is. I mean, I understand that if he was bigger and could mass produce those products, maybe they'd be a little cheaper because they're not cheap. But the quality that you're getting, I think shows it right there. We have people out here all the time. Uh, well, I mean, even if they did raise the HRC, would you pay? Would you be willing to pay more? Well, it's very apparent that people would. I mean, what are Brian's reblades? $350? I don't know, somewhere around $300, and that's not even for a knife. That's just for a blade for a knife you've already purchased. Um, I would think, yeah, people are willing to pay it, and he's proving it. You know, that's that's not cheap at all. I feel like it's worth it if you want that type of performance. But yeah, I feel like he's proven the fact that people will pay the price. And Patina, you're going to prove it when you buy that that Rosie. You know, what does this say here? We all move up in knife taste. China knives kind of seem all the same after a while if they come out the new stuff. I'll try one. But it is one thing, John. I mean, I got to be honest. I mean, it seems like they drop something new every other day. Between all those different companies. And like I said, hats off to them for paying attention to the community and finding out what we want and putting that product on the market so people can acquire it. But and guys, I'd be lying if I said that there weren't tons of Chinese knives and designs that I'd absolutely love to have. That one of them is not even expensive. And a lot of you guys probably already own it, but that Artisan Arian, I think it's called. I think that is a beautiful knife. I think it's an absolutely perfectly designed knife. I don't own one, but like I said, hats off to them. And almost all those Dylan Mallory designs, man, I love Dylan's. Does This is what's weird. I love Dylan's design language, and I hate a short blade. So go figure. It doesn't make any sense. I like a tall blade because I like the idea of having all that space, for the the bevel to thin out. But I absolutely love Dylan's designs. Unfortunately, I don't know of any that are available American made. Craig Brown Cortex. I hear you, buddy. I hear you. I'm not sure I know what that looks like. Uh, Kyle, I went back and looked, man. I didn't see it. The last thing I saw from Patino, anyway. uh, Slash, I unboxed first of all, I unboxed this Executive Series office chair that some members of the community were so kind to pitch in and purchase for me. And then if you watched Grateful Panic, or if you saw Grateful Panic's Instagram pic of me driving my daughter's car with the Hello Kitty steering wheel cover, Mr. Patina Turner got me this awesome Hello Kitty t-shirt. And then they also got me, because of my complaining about my butt hurting from my old chair, they got me some Preparation 8 suppositories to help fix my hemorrhoids now that I got a nice chair. And this is kind of an inside joke, so I hope you were around to know what this was, but this is my new notebook with I Freaking Love Stepsister printed right there on the front of it. So yeah, that's what I unboxed. I'm sure, maybe I knew that ahead of time, that there might have been a little clickbaity that people were going to think it was a knife. But not this time. I do have some. I did a knife review today on a loaner from Jared Neve. I've got, I think, one more of those to do, and then I'm going to start doing some videos on the giveaway knives that are coming in, because I've already got. I think I've just got one, but there are 4 or 5 more coming. So yeah, there's a Hank in there from Forest Hanks. I've got a ton of swag, literally a stack of stickers that tall. So all that's for the giveaway. Yeah, the Lamia, it does kind of remind me of the Rosie a little bit. It may be just a little bit stabbier looking. Not saying that they're the same, but um, my only, if I could change anything about the Lamia, I would have wished he had made the blade a little longer so that he could put a forward finger choil, because y'all know I love a choil, instead of just having that flat space that you can choke up on. But I still like that knife a lot. Let's just say, the best way to get a comment read on a live station, make like 6 different typos. No, it's because that's the way rednecks read. It ain't got nothing to do with you being an idiot. Yeah. All right, Kyle. I'm ready. I'm watching for it. Chuck, I love my Yo Jumbo. It's ugly. Ain't no doubt about it. Patina didn't win a Rosie. He won 18 years of supporting a new crotch goblin. Dude, 18 weeks of supporting a crotch goblin is pretty rough. But 18 years. So I've had this whole conversation about Patina winning a Rosie Lotto, which led to me wanting a Lamia, and none of that was true. Is that what you are saying? Welcome to Edgy American. If that's the case. See, that's pretty impressive that you knocked her up at 69 years old, dude. I mean, there's some strong swimmers, all 4 of them, at 69. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ian Coates is in the building, in case y'all didn't know. Everybody say hello to Mr. Ian Coates and tell him how beautiful he is today. It's all a lie, Shane. See, now I'm not sure. I'll just have to text you later. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's the truth and what isn't. Yeah. It is kind of odd that I jumped to that, though, wasn't it? I didn't even think about, they were congratulating because you had a kid on the way. I went straight to Patina won a Rosie. Completely wasted a half hour of y'all's lives. How y'all feel about that? That's awesome. When did you find out, Patina? Because you were texting me today telling me what a great day was going to be for me. Yeah, Ian, we've actually been on live longer than I planned, buddy. I just come on honestly to do that unboxing, and here I am. It's an hour and 10 minutes. I said I didn't want to interfere with Kevin's live, so I am about to shut it down. Especially now that I know I've wasted 30 minutes of talking about absolute nonsense, something that didn't even happen. Kyle, I waste at least 30 minutes of your life every day. We can. Kyle Coonley and I can't call Kyle without being on the phone with him for at least an hour. Last night, this morning, I think I called him at 4 a.m. and we talked to like 6. So anyway, guys, that's just talk to Larry. M390 MK looks like it's just M390. Yeah. I mean, in the advertising world, dude, they could have had them add an extra gram of chromium or an extra tiny molecule of vanadium and called it something different. So I wasn't expecting a whole lot different. And I don't care if it is just the M390. Just fucking heat treat it right. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if you guys watched Cole and Brian and Richie's little podcast earlier that premiered right before this. But Brian said it perfectly, and I commented, preach, brother, preach, scream it. He said, we don't need new steels. We just need the steels we have now to be being done correctly. Guys, there's some incredible knife steels on the market. Like shit that 10 years ago we weren't capable of owning. If I mean, S90V is not even being utilized as much as it should, and with the proper heat treat, we can screen Magna Cut and all this all we want to. Ask Transparent Knives which he thinks the better steel. He'll tell you he'd rather have S90V. Magna Cut is awesome with a good high HRC, but yeah, S90V is the shit in my opinion. The only good S90V I've experienced though was from Spyderco. I don't know how this S90V Benchmade is making. I don't have a whole lot of faith in it just from knowing what they're doing with everything else. But there you go, Kyle. If it's a girl, you have to name her Rosie just for me. How awesome would that be, dude? Jayan, that's the best suggestion ever. Well, all right, guys. So I'm gonna let y'all go so y'all can go over and listen to Lefty shoot y'all full of shit about Chinese knives and how dumb I am. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys tonight. And again, guys, to anybody that participated in in my little giveaway tonight and the gifts that I received, you guys mean the world to me, man. I love y'all. I love every one of you, regardless. But I love you guys, and I appreciate it more than you'll know. Anybody that's ever received something like that knows it's not just about the gift. It's the the thought that went into it. And yeah, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for any amount of time y'all spend with me. Peace. Love y'all.